Hey crafters, this is Nye here. So today what we are going to do is we are going to assemble our 3D reindeer box. As you can see, I've got all of my pieces cut out and I kind of have them lined up in an order. I've got all of my face pieces over here, and then I've got my box pieces on this side. So each box is going to have kind of like this roundish triangle shape with a long side piece. Now, you're going to notice that two of these pieces are going to have this little star marker on them. These two are going to go together. The two pieces that have the star are going to go together. And then the other two side pieces, the other rounded triangle shaped piece and the side piece, they don't have a marker on them. Those are going to be the ones that go together as well. All right, so let's get started. What we're going to do now is we're going to take the long side piece here, and you can see my score lines right along this piece. What we want to do is just fold right on those score lines. And so I've got my bone folder handy as well. If you want to use it, you can go ahead and just use that to kind of help define your score lines right here. Okay. And all I'm doing is I'm pressing down on all of these little tabs. These little tabs are what I'm going to use to glue to my paper. And if you want, you can use your bone folder to just kind of help you to make sure that those pieces are secure, or not secure, but just folded and that they are sharp and crisp. Now, the next thing you want to do is take your thumb, or if you've got a glue stick or a pen handy, and I usually have one here. Oh, here it is. I did have one. All right, so this is a pretty thick glue stick, and all you want to do is just kind of roll it right on your paper here. And you can see that as soon as I did that, the paper began to kind of crease and curve on itself. If you don't have a glue stick, you can easily use your thumb to just kind of help you to do that. All right. So now the next piece that we're ready to do is we're ready to glue this one down. So I'm going to be using my art glitter glue here for my gluing. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start right here at this star, and I'm just going to add a little bit of glue, just kind of going along here a little bit. You don't need to go crazy, but you do need to add enough that kind of causes the paper there to just kind of glue down a little bit. And so what I'm going to do is I pressed it down, and then I'm just going to kind of like curve it here right along the side and the edge. And you can kind of see that it didn't totally go to the edge there, and that's all right. There's a little bit of a little tiny gap, but that's all right. And then all I'm doing is I'm pressing it along the sides. All right, so I'm going to add a little bit more glue and just continue to work my way around. So I've got some right there, and then I'm going to work my way that way. Whoops. So what I'm trying to do is I'm looking at my paper and trying to grab my glue out of the corner of my eye. And I made it tip there. All right, so that one kind of came off a little bit. I'm going to add a little bit more right there. And then just adding a little bit more around this corner. And when you get to the corners, it'll be tricky because it's not going to line up completely, and I'm going to add a little bit more right here on the inside. And now we've got our tab too. So I'm going to add a little bit of glue right here to the tab. And then I'm just going to go and press it down right there on the inside. And then once you have it, just kind of glue that tab together, and you can see the shape. And so once you have the shape form and it's kind of glued down, that's where you can kind of come back in and just kind of define that edge a little bit more, like those corners a little bit more. You don't want to make it like a crease where it's like perfect, and we're not trying to like really bend the paper. We just want to kind of curl the paper and make sure that it holds that shape. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing now on the other side. I was going to speed up the video, but it's not really that long, so I think we'll be okay if I just kind of go ahead and do this one here. Okay, all right, so again, once you have the tabs folded down, that's fine. Use your thumb if you want. Like, your thumb will do the job, but it's not going to be as fantastic as that glue stick, so I'm going to use the glue stick now. And you can automatically see, right? It just took that curve right away. Okay, so now we're gonna do the same thing. Again, I'm gonna kind of start towards the middle here of the bottom and just adding a little bit of glue around the edge there. And there we go. Okay, and so same thing. We're just going to keep going along, adding the glue right along the edge of this triangle piece here, which is going to be our box. And I'm going to go and add a little bit more on the inside. So you can kind of see it there. That was a little bit more glue. It's a little bit more towards the inside and not as close to the edge as I would like. But again, it'll be all right. I just have a little bit more glue there on the inside. And then we're going to do the same thing here with this piece, just adding it right here and then adding it to the tab. And then we're going to fold it in. And there we go. All right, so once you have it, that looks great. Again, when everything's glued down, we just want to kind of come back in, kind of fold it right there a little bit on the edge. And I've got a lot of glue on my fingers. And then all we're going to do is just kind of take our piece and add it right inside, and you can see it becomes like this really cute little triangle box. Now what we're ready to do is kind of add the face to create the actual reindeer part of our box. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add glue now to the back of this piece here that has the reindeer kind of body or face with the his ears. And then I'm going to line it up right here to this one with the antlers. Then I'm going to add a little bit more glue now to the back of this one, just following that triangle shape again, because those ears are not anywhere on the actual box here. And then just lining this up right here. Okay. And then once you're ready, you can go ahead and add the eyes. I'm going to just kind of place this down right about there, a little bit higher in the center. And if you want, you could use any kind of eyes that you want. Like if you want to design your own type of eyes, that's totally fine. You can have a lot of fun with adding eyes. They give a lot of character to really cute designs there. And so we're just going to add that there. And the same thing with the mouth. Like you can go ahead and add it way down here so it kind of looks far away. You could add it, you know, sideways. Like have fun with it. I'm going to kind of, and you can even flip it like this way and add it on this side. Lots of options. I'm just going to stick with it on the left here. And I'm just going to kind of place mine a little bit like right there. And that looks great. Okay, and then you can open up your box, add your little trinkets if you want to the inside, close it up. It's freestanding. So there you go. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Be sure to like this video, come on, subscribe to the channel, and I hope you have fun crafting. Thanks for watching. Bye.